if there's a guy who's going to make this kind of shot, what shot do you associate with Phil Mickelson? If you're looking for someone,
ball behind tree,
yeah,
find angle and make it work.
So what are they going to call that shot in golf? What is he? I think the best at
recovery shot. I don't know.
The flop shot.
Okay.
That flop shot. And as much as we talk about it, when we went out a couple of weeks ago to Hockley Valley, I'm like, who has a flop shot? No one. Okay, let's go to where's the beer cart girl? Like it really, we didn't spend a lot of time thinking about it. But when you watch Phil do it, it seems so effortless. I mean, there's a lot of things that he does that you don't want to repeat on a golf course, but this is one of them. So courtesy of Raw Mike Richards and Phil Mickelson, and I think it's Callaway. Here's how you perform the Phil Mickelson flop shot.
One of the famous shots that Phil is noted for is the flop shot. The technique is incredible. Phil, can you explain that?
Well, Roger, I need obviously a 60-degree wedge or more. I sometimes will use a 64, but the 60-degree is just as effective. I need to have bounce, actually. People think that I don't have bounce on this shot. I actually have 10 degrees of bounce, but I have this little concave groove we talked about where the leading edge is sticking forward. It helps get it underneath the ball.
Right.
The biggest thing in hitting the lob shot is assessing the lie. If we have one other ball, I'd like to point out there are two different lies here. One where the grass is fluffy and one where the grass is tight. I'm going to show you how to hit the one off of the tight lie here. And what I do is I want the club to go underneath the ball. The bounce kicks it into the ball, and that's how I get it to pop up. So I open up the face almost flat, so the toe is almost touching the ground. And I put my weight forward. This helps me drive the club into the ground and keep it underneath the ball. Now, if I were to let the club pass, what happens is the sole starts adding bounce, and the leading edge starts coming up off the ground, and I blade it.
Right.
So I have to make sure that my arm and club are accelerating together through impact. If I start stopping my arm and letting the wrist flip, that's when the leading edge comes up off the ground and blades it. So I've got my weight forward, the club is flat, the toe is almost hitting the ground, and I'm going to drive the club right behind the ball.
Look at that.
And I'm able to hit this soft little lob shot. Now, if I use that same technique off of this fluffy lie, watch what happens. I go right underneath it.
Right.
So I have to make an adjustment. And that adjustment is my weight. My weight forward will drive the club down underneath the ball off a tight lie, but I have to level it out off of a fluffy lie so that I have a shallower bottom of my arc.
This is adding bounce to the shot.
Adding bounce, exactly. But it's also leveling out the angle of attack or impact. And I'm able to hit the same lob shot off of different lies.
It's one thing.
That is, again, that's a clinic right there by Phil Mickelson. And
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.